Sangha with great virtues, out of compassion, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to leave suffering, attain bliss and birth and death, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung kính đại đức tận thình, vì thứ pháp hội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh, tinh kiến diệu pháp luân nhau đạo ngỡ môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc là homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Nam mô Sananto Suche Doye Alahodi San Miao Samputo Sie. Nam mô Tát Tát Tha Toya Daya Alahade Tamil Tambo Da Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma, 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and maintain it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the Galascom One's true and actual meaning. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jie wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jian wen de shou zhi yan jie ru lai. Sangha with great virtues, out of compassion, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to leave suffering, attain bliss and birth and death, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung kính đại đức tận thình, vì thứ pháp hội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh, tinh kiến diệu pháp luân nhau đạo ngỡ môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc là homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Nam mô Sananto Suche Doye Alahodi San Miao Samputo Sie. Nam mô Tát Tát Tha Toya Daya Alahade Tamil Tambo Da Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma, 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and maintain it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the Galascom One's true and actual meaning. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jie wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jian wen de shou zhi yan jie ru lai zheng shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Six Patriarch, Venerable Shenhua, Shami, all good advisors and Mitofo. 诸佛菩萨六祖师父上人，上弥各位上智士弥陀佛。chư Phật Bồ Tát kính thưa lục tổ Hòa thượng Thiện Hóa, thầy và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Today is the 21st of April, 2013. We are gathered in Rosemead, California. Together with great virtues, out of compassion, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to leave suffering, attain bliss and birth and death, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung kính đại đức tận thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh. Tinh kiến diệu pháp luân nhau đạo ngỡ môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc là thất chân vô sanh. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Nam mô Sananto Suche Doye Alahodi San Miao Samputo Sie. Nam mô Tát Tát Tha Toya Daya Alahade Tamil Tambo Da Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma, 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and maintain it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the Galascom One's true and actual meaning. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa. Together with great virtues, out of compassion, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to leave suffering, attain bliss and birth and death, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung kính đại đức tận thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh. Tinh kiến diệu pháp luân nhau đạo ngỡ môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc là thất chân vô sanh. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Nam mô Sananto Suche Doye Alahodi San Miao Samputo Sie. Nam mô Tát Tát Tha Toya Daya Alahade Tamil Tambo Da Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma, 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and maintain it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the Galascom One's true and actual meaning. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa, bai jie wan jie nan zao yu, wo jin jian wen de shou zhi, yan jie ru lai zheng shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Six Patriarch, Venerable Shenhua, Shami, all good advisors and Mitofo. 诸佛菩萨六祖师父上人，上弥各位上智士弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa lục tổ, hòa thượng thiện hóa, thầy và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Today is the 21st of April, 2013. We are gathered in Rosemead, California, to continue discussing the Vajra Sutra. We are on slide 503. Sutra text. Subhuti, in the future, if a good man or good woman can receive, hold, read, and recite this sutra, then the Tathagata, by means of all Buddha wisdom, will completely know and see that person. That person accomplishes measureless and boundless merit and virtue. 须菩提，当来之世，若有善男子、善女人，能于此境受持读诵，则为如来以佛智慧，悉知世人，悉见世人，皆得成就无量无边功德. Tu Bồ Đề đời sau nếu có thiện nam tử, thiện nữ nhân nào có thể thọ trì đọc tụng kinh này, thì Như Lai dựa trí huệ Phật mà biết người ấy, thấy người ấy, họ đều thành tựu vô lượng vô biên công đức. I thought we were here already. No, it should be 508. I'm sorry. Okay, repeat. I'm sorry. We should be on slide 508. Sutra text, I repeat. Subhuti, if a good man or good woman might in the morning give up as many bodies as there are grains of sand in the Ganges River, and again at noon might give up as many bodies as there are grains of sand in the Ganges River. And again in the evening might give up as many bodies as there are grains of sand in the Ganges River. Giving up bodies in that way throughout measureless millions of kalpas. And if someone else were to hear the sutra and believe it with no reservations, his blessings would surpass the former ones. How much more so if people can write out, receive, hold, read, recite, and explain it for others. 须菩提，若有善男子、善女人，住日分，以恒河沙等身布施；终日分，复以恒河沙等身布施；后日分，亦以恒河沙等身布施。如是无量千万百千万亿劫，以身布施。若复有人闻此经典，信心不逆，即复胜彼，何况书解受持读诵，为人解说. Tu Bồ Đề, nếu có thiện nam tử, thiện nữ nhân nào buổi sáng dùng hằng hà sa thân bố thí, buổi trưa là dùng hằng hà sa sân bố thí, buổi tối lại cũng dùng hằng hà sa sân bố thí, thân bố thí, cứ như thế bố thí thân tất cả vô lượng trăm ngàn vạn ức kiếp. Nếu là có người nghe kinh điển này xin tín tâm mà chẳng nghịch, thì phước người này hơn người kia, huống chi là biên chép thọ trì đọc tụng vì người khác giảng thuyết. Slide 511. Okay, there is the Buddha now gives an example of extreme offering. Thì bây giờ Đức Phật mới cho cái ví dụ về cúng dường rất là tích cực. He says if a good man or good woman were to give up their body as many times as grain of sand in Ganges River at 3 different points in time every day, morning, noon and evening. Thì Phật giảng rằng nếu có thiện nam tử, thiện nữ nhân nào mà sẵn sàng bố thí cái thân của mình, bản thân của mình đó, buổi sáng, buổi trưa, buổi tối, okay, for measureless millions of kalpas, cho vô lượng vô biên ức kiếp. And this is an example of Bodhisattva conduct. Đây là một cái ví dụ điển hình của cái hành động của người Bồ Tát, vô tận. The Bodhisattvas, when they do something, okay, they do it without any limit, any limitations in their mind. Người Bồ Tát làm việc không bao giờ mà có cái sự hạn chế trong cái tâm của họ. And when you have that kind of mindset, that's when the blessings you generate are truly, truly inconceivable. Thành ra khi mà có hành động như vậy thì cái phước báu đó, nó vô tận vô biên. Let me clarify for you. When you give a small thing, okay, and yet your mind is in the mind has the same mindset as is described in the Sutra, that simple act of giving will help you generate boundless and inconceivable merit and virtue. Thầy nói rõ cho quý vị nghe. Nếu quý vị chỉ làm một lần thôi, chỉ bố thí một lần mà cái tâm quý vị nó rộng rãi, nó vô tận như cái tâm mà đang diễn tả trong cái kinh này, thì cái phước đức quý vị nó vô tận vô biên. Okay? Any questions about that? It's about your mindset. When you give, you simply give. You don't have any limit in your mind. Thành ra khi quý vị bố thí đó, thì chỉ bố thí thôi, không cần phải đắn đo gì hết. For example, what we do, what happens is that you contrast that with your mindset. When you give, typically your mind is thinking about and measuring and analyzing your act of giving. That's why it's bounded. The benefits you generate are bounded. Chẳng hạn như quý vị nghĩ lại cho coi, khi quý vị bố thí đó, quý vị cho bất cứ một cái gì đó thì tâm quý vị thường có sự đắn đo. Okay? Cho ít quá, cho nhiều quá. You feel that maybe you don't give enough, and your wife tells you, no, you gave too much already. Như quý vị cho thì quý vị nghĩ quý vị cho chưa đủ. Điều bà xã quý vị nói vậy cho quá nhiều rồi. Okay, so it's always hesitancy. It's always your viewpoint is always bounded. That's why your merit and virtues are at the same fashion bounded. Khi tâm quý vị nó có hạn chế như vậy, tự động cái phước báo quý vị nó sẽ có hạn chế. Okay? Is it clear? So how do you go? The question is, how do you go from that bounded mindset to the mindset of Bodhisattva? Thì làm sao? Cái câu hỏi là làm sao quý vị có thể đi từ cái tâm mà hạn chế như quý vị, bất cứ bố thí cho một cái gì khi nào cũng đắn đo hết đó, tới cái tâm của vị Bồ Tát là bố thí mà hoàn toàn không có đắn đo. How do you get there? Yes? Does anyone know? Có người nói nếu mà con biết con đâu tới đây làm cái gì. Yes? You have an idea though. How do you get there? Yes.
Give till it hurts.
Give till it hurts.
Unfortunately, I have a very low pain threshold.
But for most people, the pain threshold is very low. Có người nói mình bố thí cho tới khi mà mình thấy hối tiếc, thấy khó chịu. Thì đa số những người ta bố thí thường cái không bao lâu sẽ thấy khó chịu ngay lập tức. Okay, that's correct. What happens is that this is where repetition matters. Cái này là mình phải làm đều đều. You keep on doing it until you don't think about it anymore. Mình chỉ làm, mình không cần suy nghĩ. Okay? In particular, when you do it, okay, you catch yourself measuring, you catch yourself analyzing, you catch yourself regretting. Okay? Then you realize you still have an attachment to that particular thing you're trying to give. Quý vị biết không? This is reality, by the way. Cái này là cái thực tế đó. Khi quý vị cho đó, quý vị tự nhiên thấy cái tâm mình nó thấy hối tiếc, tâm mình thấy nó dùng lại, thì mình ngay cái giây phút đó mình phải ý thức được như vậy, thì mình biết rằng mình vẫn còn chấp vào cái đó. Okay? That's what happens to bodhisattvas too, by the way. Unlike you, bodhisattva when they give, they rarely have that kind of mindset. Every time we give, ordinary people, when we give something, we say, oh, that's too much already. Okay? Bodhisattvas, they rarely think about the act of giving. They rarely do. But occasionally they still do. That's the difference between us and bodhisattvas. Thiệt ra cái vị biết cái thực tế là như vậy. Người Bồ Tát á, nó khác chúng ta ở chỗ chúng ta cho một cái, bố thí một cái, chúng ta có đầu tính toán, đắn đo ngay lập tức. Người Bồ Tát á, rất ít khi đắn đo. Nhưng đều lâu lâu thỉnh thoảng người Bồ Tát vẫn đắn đo như thế. Tại sao như vậy? Why is that? Why? Why would bodhisattvas hesitate or would think about the act of giving? Why is that? They still are working on their attachments. Why do you think they're bodhisattvas? Because they still have attachments. Thực tế là như vậy này. Người Bồ Tát á, khi họ bố thí như vậy thì giúp họ khám phá ra như chúng ta đó, họ còn chấp trước ở chỗ nào. You see, bodhisattvas, when they have to practice giving just like we do, okay, because they too need to discover where they're still attached. Okay? That's why they're bodhisattvas. They're not Buddhas yet because they still have attachments. They have a lot fewer attachments than we do. There are different kinds of attachments. Our attachments are coarse. Điều khi vì đừng nói nghe như vậy, nó té ra Bồ Tát nó khác gì mình đâu, thì ra họ khác mình nhiều lắm. Họ khác ở chỗ là họ ít cái chấp trước hơn chúng ta, và cái loại chấp trước của họ, cái ngài Bồ Tát rất là vi tế. Okay? They're working on their subtle attachments. We are working on our coarse attachment. Yes.
You can even have an attachment to time. It can be an attachment to the amount of time you spend in life.
Yes. Right. Time is for the bodhisattvas a coarse attachment. They don't worry about time. Okay? It's not about that.
So they're even more refined than that.
They're even more refined than time. When you get to bodhisattva, then you know. Tôi có người nói là như vậy, họ đắn đo về cái thời gian. Thầy nói cái thời gian đối với Bồ Tát nó còn thô. Thì người ta hỏi ngay lập tức, ông nó hỏi ngay lập tức là vậy. Ông thầy cho ví dụ một cái loại chấp trước tế nhì là sao? Thì thầy nói chừng nào mà ông thành Bồ Tát là tôi nói cho ông nghe. Yes.
example.
I resemble that, but I don't accept it.
Einstein comes in and gives us a lecture on physics, his physics. How many of us could walk away even having a glimmer of what he was talking about? That's the same thing. It's just so far beyond us, we don't understand. So why bother?
Well, why bother doing anything, John? Why shut up here at all? Why learn anything? Why make any effort at all? We don't understand. It's beyond us, so let's just forget it. Right?
No, we learn the easy things first.
Stupid idea.
The difficult, there's time later.
Yeah. It's just like John is correct. Let me translate the Vietnamese for people to understand. Khi ông nói là cái lý do mà không giảng nghĩa là tại vì nhiều khi trình độ cao quá, giảng cái gì cũng không có hiểu, giảng làm cái gì? Okay. Giống như là mới học cộng trừ nhân chia mà giảng về cái lý thuyết cao siêu của cái toán cao nhất của toán thì không cái gì hiểu được. He's correct in the sense that you talking about it will only cause confusion in you, and you can't relate to it. Okay.
We're already talking about it. We're already talking about it.
Not about the topic itself. We're talking about the talking about it. We're not talking about the exact topic. There's a difference. And also the other reason too. Another reason is that sometimes talking about what bodhisattvas do is a violation of their privacy. Okay. Cái lý do thứ nhì khi mình không nói những cái chuyện Bồ Tát làm tại như vậy đó là đụng chạm vào cái sự riêng tư của việc làm của họ. Okay. They don't want to be known. What they do, they don't want to be known. What happened is this: when you explain the Dharma, it's only for the sake of the listener. It's to help the listener improve, not so much to understand. Okay? See, you Westerners, you more ordinary people want to understand. Okay? When the Dharma is spoken to you not for your understanding, the Dharma is spoken to you for two reasons. Cái lý do thứ ba mà rất quan trọng quý vị không biết nữa là lúc mà nói pháp nó có cái dụng ý để giúp quý vị gạt bỏ chấp trước, không phải để giúp quý vị hiểu. Cái người thông thường người ta muốn nghe, người ta hiểu, okay, người ta biết. Còn cái này á, là cái dùng của cái nói pháp là để quý vị mở cái trí huệ. Thành ra lúc mà nói pháp á, nó có hai cái dụng ý. Thứ nhất á, là trồng chủng tử để hiểu sau này. Okay. Và thứ nhì là nếu quý vị có khả năng, có phước báo thì nghe cái pháp để mà chặt cái chấp trước ngay lập tức, để mà thăng. What happened is that the reason when you hear the Dharma spoken to you are for two reasons. Number one is first of all to help you understand down the road the true principles. Okay? And number two is when you have enough blessings to help you sever your attachment at that very moment. That's when you leap. Immediately. This is why when the Buddha was alive, he would speak Dharma and people would become enlightened from listening. It's because these people who became enlightened have planted those seeds for understanding many, many times before. And that very moment, they were activated and matured. Okay? Thì nó Pháp nó có hai cái dùng như vậy, nó rất quan trọng như vậy đó. Okay, so all right. Yes. Yes.
We're talking about giving up as many bodies as there are.
Yes.
3 times a day.
Yes.
What does that mean?
What does it mean?
You could possibly give
What does it mean? Yeah, to the Westerner, to the how can you give up your body? Can't you just give up once? Isn't that good enough? Why have to give up, countless times, 3 times a day? Yeah, so many times in the morning, so many times again at noon, so many times again at dinner time. Why? No attachment. Tại sao mình phải bố thí mà nhiều lần như vậy? Một lần đủ rồi. For ordinary people, you only have one life to live. Even cats only have 9. Okay? So why bother giving up so many times? What kind of nonsense is this? Why would the Buddha advise you to do that? Why? Why is that? Why is it? This is very important. This is a very important point. I'm glad he pointed out. He brought it up. Okay? Cái ý nghĩa rất là hay. Mà ông này cũng hỏi rất là hay. Why is that? Because your viewpoint is limited. You only see your own life right now. Your mind is so constrained. You only see one life. You only see your own life. You only see this current life. And it's so big for you already, isn't it? Tại sao phải nói bố thí nhiều lần mà hy sinh cái thân nhiều lần như vậy? Tại vì cái tâm quý vị nó có hạn chế, nó quá eo hẹp đi. Have you thought about that? Everything you do is confined with your understanding, your perception of life, of all you know. All you know is only limited, bounded by this very life right now you have. It's the most important thing you have right now is your life, what you have. Tại vì cái này nó quan trọng, tại cái tâm quý vị đó, nó tự động. This is automatic for you. What's most important for you right now is this life. Agree. Nothing else more important than you, let's face it. You can talk about the Pure Land all you want. You can talk about next life all you want. But in the back of your mind you say, yeah, I'm worried about buying that nice house before it becomes unaffordable. Okay? I'm worried about about getting a good dinner tonight. And what are you talking about? Going to the Pure Land. What are you doing talking about, my subsequent life? It's nonsense to you. Why? Because in your mind, in the back of your mind, this is very subtle. You're so attached to your current life right now. You're so attached to it. No matter what the master says, yeah, master, you are right. But, I will wait until I get there. Talk to me again when I'm about to die. Then I see the urgency. Right now, I don't see the urgency at all. Okay? Tại vì cái tâm quý vị đó, tâm là chỉ thấy được cái trước mắt thôi. Không thể nào nhìn xa hơn được. Cái đó là cái loại chấp trước rất là tế nhị. Okay? That attachment, by the way, is extremely heavy. Cái chấp trước đó nó rất là khó mà vượt qua. Okay? That's why the Buddha, when he gives his example, he says, he's very polite. He's unlike me. He's polite. He says, I know you are attached to your current life right now, but think about this. If you will give up as many lives as you can ever imagine, can't even imagine it so often, so many times. Not only once during the day, but each time period of the day. Morning, that's when you wake up. You open your eyes, say, okay, I'm going to give up my life today. Okay? Before you even eat breakfast. Before you even wash your face. Okay? And then at lunchtime, okay, before you even eat lunch, you give up your lives. Okay? At dinner time, okay, you give up your lives again without worrying about dinner.
You already gave it up twice, you don't even have it.
It tells you about our preoccupations. Okay? Yes?
There's not any place, there's not a meaning anyone couldn't give up 100 million lives every morning.
Yes, they can.
Well, how do you do that?
How do you do that? I can't think of it. You cannot do that. Be prepared to give up all your lives unless you are completely unattached to it. Cái câu hỏi là làm sao có người có thể bố thí cái thân mình nhiều lần như vậy? Thì thầy Minh Trà Nghĩa chỉ cần viết cái ví dụ cho quý vị thấy cái vị có thể làm được như vậy khi cái vị hoàn toàn không chấp trước gì về cái mạng sống của mình hết. You're not attached to your life at all. Completely unattached. Okay? I give an example of your attachment in your current life right now. Để cho quý vị một cái ví dụ cho quý vị thấy quý vị đang chấp trước về cái mạng sống quý vị đang có bây giờ này. Okay? Would you like to know it? Would you like to hear the very example and none of you can deny? Okay? Are you ready? Okay. Brace yourself now. Okay. This is why you're so attached to your current life. Cái này là một cái ví dụ cho quý vị thấy, ví dụ cho quý vị thấy cái sự chấp trước nặng nề của quý vị về cái mạng sống của quý vị ngay bây giờ này. You love to be light. Anyone disagrees? Please raise your hands. You love to be light. When people don't like you, you feel so sad. When people reject you or don't like you enough, you feel so sad. Huh? Huh? That's how attached you are to this life. Quý vị thấy chấp trước mà nó nặng nề dễ sợ. Mình muốn được thích, người ta thích mình. Okay? Would you like to hear another example? Another hit below the belt. Có một ví dụ khác. Yes? Would you like to hear or is it too much already? Too much after lunch? No? No? More? You are a glutton for punishment today, aren't you? Huh? Huh? No? No, okay. No more. Huh?
Pour it on, Master. Pour it on, Master.
Yeah?
I know you're going to insist.
Yeah?
He's not going to quit till he tells us all of it anyway. He's not going to quit till he tells us all of it.
There's another one. Không có cái khác nữa. I want to remind you of this. Có một cái khác nữa, ví dụ khác quý vị nghe cái này. If you hear this, you'll be so disappointed in yourself. You'll be so ashamed. You should feel so ashamed. Okay? Would you like to hear it? Are you sure you want to hear it?
Of course. Yes.
Okay.
Pour it on.
Okay, here it comes. Here it is. Muốn nghe, thực sự muốn nghe không? Okay. Thích được thoải mái. Gật đầu.
Gật đầu. You said it. You didn't say it in English.
What? I said it already.
No, you didn't.
Oh, did I say I would say it in English?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I said.
Come on, Joe. Say English. Come on, Master.
Listen. It's strictly a Vietnamese problem.
No, it's not. You're lying. You're telling a fish. That's a fish.
Yes.
You said one time if there was a characteristic flaw in another person, and I go, oh, look at them, they're so vain or so vain. That means I have it. But if they have it and I don't understand it, I can't recognize it. Must mean I don't have it. So what you said, I couldn't recognize it.
That's right. It's not yours. You remember the instructions? It's only for you to plant a seed for future understanding. This is not applicable to you. Would you like to hear what I told the Vietnamese? It doesn't apply to you, of course. Doesn't apply to you, but it doesn't hurt to hear what the Vietnamese problem is.
It's the same in every culture. It's the same in everyone.
Okay? I told the Vietnamese, and they all nodded their heads, and then they lowered their head in shame. I said, you all crave to be comfortable.
Certainly, Master.
That's every culture. That's every culture.
Can you deny that? Can you deny you're not attached to it? That's how heavily attached you are to your current life. Mình chấp rất nặng nề như vậy, mình thích được thoải mái.
You want to be liked and you want to be comfortable. What else is there? What else is there?
You see, this is why my teacher, he goes to the temples, and this is not a hint to any of you. What does he do? He goes and cleans the bathroom first. He goes and cooks. All the worst jobs in the temple, he does them first. Because everyone says, no, you do it. Because this desire to be comfortable, okay, is so deeply woven into our psyche, okay? And that's why when we teach meditation, what do we tell you to do? Cross your legs.
Cross your legs and
and for until the rest of Ginny's life, she says, I don't like it. I don't care what the master says. I just don't like it. You see that? Yes?
Master, I've noticed that conditions in life can be also very harsh, like compared to past years and decades.
Yeah.
And now everything is so comfy and everything is so spoiled, especially in the Western, in this country.
Yes.
Is that something that also can be, if we don't have all of these commodities and comfort in our daily lives, it would be a lot easier to detach maybe?
That's precisely why we talked about contentment yesterday. You see, contentment will put a cap on your attachments. Okay, contentment is designed to help you see your greedy nature. You want more and more and more. You want to be more comfortable. When you're not comfortable, you're not happy. Okay? You see that? It's very subtle. We naturally choose comfort over discomfort. That's why no one likes to cross their legs. No one. And guess what we do? We teach even our young and gullible trainees to cross their legs at night when they sleep. And guess what? They unbuckle as soon as... It took me 2 years to understand. Every night, think about it. At night, why you lie down? It's comfortable. Quý vị thấy không? Bởi vậy khi mà chúng tôi huấn luyện mấy người đệ tử, mấy người xuất gia là bắt xếp bằng, thiền là bắt xếp bằng, tối thì bắt họ ngủ là xếp bằng. Là sao vậy? Cái gì mà ngủ một cái là thích duỗi chân ra nằm xuống là tại vì muốn thoải mái. Yes.
When you go to a place like Lazy Boy, what do you buy? You buy an easy chair. You don't go, give me the hard chair.
That's right.
You sell zero.
That's right. Only the Hindus would sleep on nails. We civilized people don't.
Oh.
Okay? See, and it's so deep in your psyche that you prefer to be comfortable. And the bed has to be soft, the chair has to be comfortable, and that's your inherent right. You work so hard every day, so you go home at night, you want to get some rest. And if you're not comfortable, you feel bad. You work so hard all day already. You see, all these young trainees, they still don't get it. For another 20 years, they still don't get it. Why is that we teach them to cross your legs when you sleep? Yeah, they sit and they sleep. My master was very smart. When he took me in, allowed me to become a left home person, you know what? He said, I will not force you to sit sleep. So that's why I left the home life. If you force me, I said, oh, forget it, you. When I was younger, I would not listen. I only do things because I like it. And things I don't like, I don't do, period.
Human nature.
And one of the things is I'm telling you this because it's from personal experience. One of the things that is very difficult is that you demand comfort. It's how heavily attached you are to your current life. Okay? So the Buddha says, never mind about this life. Imagine you have so much wisdom, you're so detached to the point where you can give up as many lives as you can ever imagine. That's detachment. That's why it requires wisdom. And that's why you generate so many blessings. Quý vị thấy, Đức Phật thấy cho quý vị dạng, quý vị thấy là con người chúng ta là thích cái thỏa mãn. Bởi vậy, cái pháp mà Ngài Trung Hoa truyền với thế giới này, this is why Master Shen Hoa, that's why I appreciate Master Shen Hoa's Dharma more and more every day as I get older. Bởi vì thầy càng ngày càng tu, mình thích cái pháp Ngài Trung Hoa vậy đó. Tại vì cái pháp Ngài Trung Hoa là để cho quý vị thấy cái chấp trước mà nó sâu sắc nhất của quý vị. See what Master Shen Hoa does is that he points out to you what's your heaviest level of attachments. So what I did is that I did not sit sleep. Yeah, and I say, oh my God, how disappointing. But peer pressure. All the other monks sit sleep. I don't. So they talk about it. He said, so we talk to each other. He said, do you cross your legs? He said, one monk said, no, I don't. I sit in the corner so that I don't lean. My Dharma brother, he sits in the middle room, so he leans that, he like a fan. At night, he's going to go, and he wakes up. And then he goes this way. So what happened is, it's very, very funny. You see these people when they try to sit sleep, when you sit next to them, and they fall asleep, Xian-che is weird. When he falls asleep, Xian-che falls asleep, he goes like this. Okay? For normal people, they go like this. And you'll be amazed. I'm willing to bet with you that you cannot go as low as they can. They go like this. This is amazing. These people. This is a tendency. This reflects your very fine attachment to comfort. Okay, what happened is that this is why this is fascinating when I watch these people. During the day, they go sitting on the same bus. I see them going like this, and they wake up. Okay, and then you know what? Next time they go a little bit lower. They wake up, and then they keep low. And what's amazing to me, I saw them go about this low, almost touching the seat, and then they snap up like this. it's fascinating to me because you see how deeply, the more comfort you want. You see, this is comfortable, and then more comfortable, then it's more comfortable, it's more comfortable. No, you can't do it. That's very fine attachment. Isn't it beautiful? And that's why most you Americans, Caucasians, can't take it. You drop out like flies. DRBA has no single American trainee for the last 20 years. All of them fail. All of them. Yeah.
So, is it possible to practice sit-sleep on the International Space Station in zero-G gravity?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
I mean, you can't.
Really, it's not that hard. It's funny because I personally didn't realize how attached I was to comfort. So it took me 2 years before I got it. 2 years of hell. Because every night, I remember going to the Gold Wheel Temple. Thầy quý vị biết không? Cái pháp này thì nó hay lắm. Thầy tu 2 năm trời thầy mới ngủ ngồi được. Tại vì 2 năm trời nó cực khổ không thể tưởng. Ngủ mà ngồi nó khó chịu. It's unbearable, trust me. Why? Because psychologically, they put us to work so hard all day, and at night you're so tired, all you want is just lie down, pass out, and recover. But no, you can't. You still cannot pass out. It's torture. It's very, very tough. But if this, don't look at me like that, Kim dear. There's a reason for this. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. Torture. It's torture. It's really, literally, it's torture. You're torturing yourself.
Discipline too.
Number one, can you discipline yourself to carry out the instructions? How committed are you to execute the Dharma? Nó khó lắm, tại vì thầy qua 2 năm trời thầy luyện mới xong. Tại vì cái đầu tiên hết đó là quý vị có đủ cái tự chủ, đủ cái quy củ để mà làm theo cái lời thầy dạy, hay là không? Are you prepared to execute? Are you willing to execute? Do what you're told. This is very anti-American. We do as we please, not as we told. Right, Laura? We do as we please, not as we told. Oh yeah. Okay. This is the American culture. We do as we please. We Asians, we do as we told, at least in my generation. Yes?
There's not, all Caucasians are not like that. I was raised as you do as you're told.
Yeah, but you're a slightly different generation.
Okay.
My generation, when I came here, I loved it here because I can do as I please. That's why Mahayana is very tough to train Caucasians for that reason. The culture here is you do as you please, not as you're told. So the first thing to test yourself out is, do you really believe in the instruction or not? And turns out most of the Caucasians, they don't believe in instructions. There's a reason why you're taught to do certain things. It's against the grain. It's against your instinct. Okay? So that's number one reason. What's the number two reason? Once you are able to conquer it, it's fantastic. It's much better than sleeping lying down. much better. So much better. There's no comparison. Cái lý do thứ nhì, từ khi sau cái vị mà luyện cái pháp môn nó thành rồi đó, cái ngủ đó nó sướng hơn là ngủ nằm nhiều. So much better to sleep than to lie down and sleep. Then when you lie down to sleep, it's like torture. Okay? All right. Anyway, so I broke the rule and I explained it to you more than that because I see you Americans will never make it, so I might as well tell you. Okay, next, 5:12. Any other questions? The giving of Dharma is by far the best kind of giving you can practice. You can do. Cái pháp thí là một cái nó tạo rất công đức nhiều nhất mà quý vị có thể tạo được. And the Buddha says, even if you give away your life as many times, countless times, and the blessings generated are incredible, and yet, when you hear this sutra and believe without any reservations, no shadow of doubt, then your blessings are even greater. Đức Phật mới giảng là khi bố thí thân lên nhiều lần như vậy, hàng sa số lần như vậy, cái phước đức nó rất là lớn, nhưng đều cũng không bằng phước đức khi mà nghe cái kinh này mà hoàn toàn tin tưởng, không có nghi kỵ gì hết. Okay? So the Buddha then gives you a shortcut to generate blessings instead of having to go to Vietnam and do volunteer work. Okay, Bhante told me that his English professor at his university, in her 30s, late 30s, she's giving up everything and she goes to Vietnam to teach the Vietnamese how to read English for free. Okay, so and the Buddha here says if you can hear the sutra and believe it without any doubt, then you are incredibly blessed. Nhìn thấy không? Đức Phật dạy mình quý vị nghe cái kinh này mà hoàn toàn không có một nghi ngờ gì hết đó, thì cái phước báo quý vị nó lớn không thể tưởng tượng được. Okay? No reservations. Okay? It's from a Chinese Bú Ni, meaning that actually it's very profound. This no shadow of doubt. Okay? It's actually more than what it sounds. It really means that at a deep level, okay, that will not be in conflict with the principles of your own conduct. Cái này nó sâu xa của cái ý nghĩa của kinh lúc này nói chẳng nghịch này có nghĩa là quý vị sẽ không đi ngược lại cái lý thuyết, cái chân lý của trong hành động của mình. Okay? Meaning, what's implied here, you completely understand the principles of the sutra. Có nghĩa là ám nghĩa rằng cái vị hoàn toàn hiểu cái giáo lý của cái kinh này, and therefore your behavior is actually speaking this particular dharma. Thành ra cái hành động quý vị, cái bản thân quý vị nó đang giảng pháp. Okay. And how much more you write out the sutra, receive, hold, read, recite and speak it for others. Thành cái phước báo còn nhiều hơn nữa khi quý vị biên chép kinh này, thọ trì, tụng, đọc và giảng cho người khác. Okay? Questions about this? This is really inconceivable. You cannot ever conceive of how incredibly blessed you are to be able to hear and to sit here. We are incredibly blessed to be able to sit here and talk about this Sutra principles. That's incredible. Quý vị biết không, chúng ta có cái duyên mà tới đây học, ngồi chung với nhau để nghe bàn kinh này, bàn lui bàn tán cái kinh này là một cái phước báo nó hoàn toàn không thể tưởng tượng được. Okay? Cherish it while you still can. Nên quý vị nên hưởng thụ đó trong lúc mà còn có cơ hội. Okay? Because after next Sunday, I may not come back. I might go to Vietnam, and I decide to give up everything and volunteer and teach Vietnamese English. Yeah. C'est la vie. Vicky says. Okay? Yeah.
We'll visit you.
Oh no. I'm really, folks, it really baffles my mind that I see Master Hsuan Hua leaving behind such a treasure in the Dharma, that his disciples spend their lifetime translating from Chinese into English. And that work alone is just worth it. Okay? It's so worthwhile. And what amazes me is that how many people can see it, meet with the master and not even study from under him or look into his dharma. Cái mà thầy là nhất là cái phước báo của cái pháp Ngài Thiên Hóa tuyệt vời, quá tuyệt vời đấy. Thì biết bao nhiêu người gặp Ngài Thiên Hóa mà không có chịu học với Ngài Thiên Hóa. There's so many people I know that who used to go to Master Hsuan Hua, listen to Master Hsuan Hua's Dharma lectures and go to his temples and the Dharma assemblies. They would not take a refuge with him. They would not take it seriously until after he's gone. It's just fascinating to me. Okay? It still amazes me that this Vajra Sutra is not even explained anywhere at all in the world, and yet when it is explained like this, today is a lot more crowded than we normally have. We normally have 5 or 6. Today is double, including 2 kids. So how blessed they are, because they're planting the blessings. Trust me. For you to my personal opinion, for you to be able to attend these Vajra Sutra lectures, you have planted so many offerings to this particular sutra countless times already. Cái mà thầy là cái kinh Kim Cang này là kinh tuyệt vời lắm, cái lý thuyết rất là cao siêu. Cái vì mà ngày hôm nay mà có nhiều người tới nghe kinh như vậy là thầy thấy cũng là tại vì muốn nghe được cái kinh tới cái trình độ này đó, thì vì cái phước báo quý vị nó lớn không thể tưởng tượng mới tới được. Tức đã từng trồng phước báo cái kinh Kim Cang này rồi đó, bao nhiêu triệu kiếp rồi mới tới được cái trình độ. Let me put a number for your sake, because I know how petty you are. Okay? Think about 1,000,000 lifetimes. Cái triệu kiếp đó. To plant blessings with this sutra, to be able to hear these principles today. So don't sell yourself short. Okay, it's incredible. I mean, the kind of blessings you plantings are incredible. Okay. All right. It's truly boundless. We're talking about the boundless. Nothing bounded about what we talked about today. Okay? Thằng ngày quý vị đừng có nói chuyện thầy nói là nói khoác lác, mà cái này sự thật là như vậy đó. Cái ngày nay mà giảng kinh 1 tiếng đồng hồ rồi, không có cái gì nó hạn chế trong cái lời giảng hết. 1 tiếng đồng hồ vừa qua đó. Không có gì hạn chế. Okay? 513. Subhuti, the merit and virtue of this sutra are inconceivable, immeasurable, and boundless. It is spoken by the Tathagata for those who have set out on a great vehicle, those who have set out on the supreme vehicle. If people can receive, hold, read, recite, and speak it for others, they are completely known by the Tathagata. They are completely seen by the Tathagata. Such people accomplish immeasurable, inexpressible, boundless, inconceivable merit and virtue, and thus shoulder the Tathagata's Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Sư Bồ Thị Yi Yao Yen Chư Chư Jing You Bất Khả Tư Nghị Bất Khả Trân Liang Vô Biên Công德如Lai Huệ Pháp Đa Sanh者说为法最上圣者说若有人能受持读诵广为人说如来悉知世人悉见世人皆得成就不可量不可称无有边不可思议功德如是人等则为何丹如来二扭多罗三藐三菩提. Tu Bồ Đề nói tóm lại kinh này có bất khả tư nghị, bất khả xưng lượng, vô biên công đức. Như Lai vì kẻ phát tâm đại thừa mà nói, vì kẻ phát tâm tối thượng thừa mà nói. Nếu có người nào có thể thọ trì đọc tụng rộng thuyết cho người khác, Như Lai biết rõ người này, thấy rõ người này, họ đều thành tựu bất khả lượng, bất khả xưng, vô biên, bất khả tư nghị công đức. Những người như thế chính là cảnh giác Như Lai, A Nậu, Đa La, Tam Miệu, Tam Bồ Đề. The merit and virtue the Buddha is referring to here is he used the words inconceivable. Cái công đức mà Đức Như Lai nói cho về những người mà nghe cái kinh này đó, luyện kinh này đó là bất khả tư nghị. Okay, meaning that you can never be able to conceive of. This is a very important concept in Buddhism, which is repeatedly used in particular in the Avatamsaka Sutra, the king of the sutras. Bất khả tư nghị là một cái danh từ mà bên kinh Hoa Nghiêm, khi quý vị tới những cái kinh Hoa Nghiêm nó đọc sẽ thấy cái chữ đó hoài, lui tới hoài. It refers to the fact that there's no way for you to ever be able to assess it, to conceive of it. Cái chữ bất khả tư nghị đó, nó nói là cái việc không thể nào có thể tưởng tượng được luôn. Even in your wildest imagination, you still can't put your arms around it. Không thể nào cái việc có thể tưởng tượng được. Okay? Immeasurable. There's no way for you to physically measure it. Bất khả xưng lượng là không thể nào mà đo lường nó được hết. Boundless, vô biên, meaning that it's beyond the boundaries of your small self. Cái vô biên này nó vô biên của cái biên giới, cái hạn chế của cái ngã của cái vị. See, the self you have is bounded. Cái ngã của vị nó có hạn chế. Okay? You strive for your entire life to satisfy the bounded. Cái vị để cuộc đời cái vị truy cầu để mà thỏa mãn cái có hạn chế. Okay? All right? So, that's why the Buddha has to explain this particular sutra. That's why you have to listen to this particular sutra in order to free you from your own shackles and fetters that you created for yourself. Bởi vậy, Đức Như Lai mới phải giảng cái kinh này để giúp quý vị tạo cái nhân duyên để quý vị thoát cái gông xiềng quý vị từ treo vào, từ cột vào. See, your fetters and your shackles are self-mounted. Quý vị từ treo vào, không ai treo hết. Why? Why is that? I have proof of why that's the case with you. Phải có cái chứng minh. Cái này là cái gông xiềng, cái chứng minh này quý vị từ cột lấy. Chứng minh chỗ nào? I have proof that you actually shackling yourself. Okay? The proof is that you trust yourself more than anyone else. Cái bằng cớ là quý vị tin tưởng mình nhiều hơn bất cứ người khác. You trust that your judgment more than anyone else's judgment. At some point in time, you say, I know I'm right, and Master is wrong. I know I'm right. I don't care what the Buddha says. That's your shackles right there. What is shackles I'm talking about? Thầy nói quý vị nghe này, quý vị tự cột cái gông xiềng mà quý vị, bằng cách nào quý vị nói là quý vị tự tin mình hơn là tin người khác. Thầy nói chứ còn quý vị không tin. Phật nói vậy Đức Phật nói vậy chứ còn quý vị cũng không chịu nghe lời. Nhớ. Coi đây. So, what is the nature of your shackles? Bởi vậy, cái gông xiềng quý vị là cái gì? What is the nature of your shackles? Attachments, yes. What kind of attachments? Comfort attachments. No, this is even deeper than comfort attachment. Cái là gông xiềng nó còn tế nhị hơn là cái thích thoải mái nữa. Getting close, ngạo mạn. Yes. What is it? Okay, kim điện. Double nothing. $100. Ooh, close. So now we even. Good try. That's what Jesus said. Jesus said, I said, very close, but no cigar. So now I don't owe $50 anymore.
You said $100.
Ooh, cheap.
Cheap. I forgive her the other 50. I'm generous. Anyone who would like to try? It costs $100. See, I have a brave soul here. I mean, if you say it right, I pay you $100. You say it wrong, you owe me $100.
Nobody's going to say anything on that.
You cheapskates, but that's all. No, almost there. Yes.
Oh, the attachment to being right?
Being right. Ooh, hot. Not quite. Almost there. Okay, so you owe me $75. Anyone else? Ginny, would you like to take a chance? No. You cheapskates. You too. Okay. Hả? Quý biết là gì không? This is one of the worst shackles you ever have. Anyone can ever have. Oh my God, I owe her $100. Okay. Zero or nothing. Zero or nothing. Double or nothing. Double or nothing. Say it in English. Wait. Say it in English.
What is it, Amy?
Say in English. Double or nothing. She said it. This is the worst kind of shackles you can ever have. Sure to hunt.
相欠。
Your knowledge.
What? Your knowledge.
Your knowledge. You're so sure you know. You don't believe anyone else. You're so proud you spend your entire life acquiring knowledge. Once you have it, you don't believe anything that goes against that knowledge. Sounds familiar? This is very profound in Buddhism. It's insulting like hell. That's why no monks and nuns talk about it. Your knowledge is your stupidity.
Your knowledge is your stupidity. Wow.
The more you know, the more stupid you become. Now Anna has a problem. I don't believe it. See? You see? Exactly what I mean.
And I might be one of the ones, but being like, I have an issue with the teaching because we are conditioned to learn in society, and who has the more knowledge is the more
Power.
Yeah, everybody is gonna adore you because you are. They're gonna.
Yeah, you're smart. Like that scientist. That's. I'm sorry. I'm going to offend some. Yeah.
And now my question is, before my daughter.
He's so smart because he knows so much more than you and me. That's why he becomes like this. I know it's insulting, but you know that's a very proof right there. If you know so much, why are you like this?
You feel threatened. That's why. You feel threatened.
You don't know enough. That's why you like this.
You're threatened.
And you still insist that you know more than anyone else. Can you see that? The shackles, that shackles. It's like this, you still don't believe it. Isn't it amazing? That's one person, typical example right there. Or I'm sorry, any spiritual leader, you name it, except for Master Hsuan. He knows more than I do. Okay? I'm out to save you. Anyone who says that person is in shackles. Yes, Anna.
I guess it's gonna retort to the same thing.
Scary, isn't it?
If I'm gonna be cruel if I stop my daughter thinking that the more knowledge she has.
The harder it is for her to escape.
Am I being too cruel if she's in advanced enrichment classes and all that, and we just say, calm down, that's nothing, it just has to be because that's what we do, and we make her probably cry. So this is such an intense.
I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Câu hỏi là bây giờ có con cái gửi nó vào trường học, bố tốn bao nhiêu tiền, cha mẹ tốn bao nhiêu tiền. You see, your parents spend so much money investing in the children's education, send them to the prestigious schools, get good degrees. Is that a good thing for them? That's what she's asking. Before it's too late. As Anna says, she didn't. I just added that comment. Before it's too late. Yes. What do you think?
I think that's only a little part of what knowledge is. I mean, that's only academic. That's only academic knowledge.
But the question is very specific. Should I, shouldn't I?
But that's okay, so what? That's not enough. That's okay, yeah, keep going. And what else? What
Yes.
about the spiritual growth? What about the
Hi,
spiritual
come in.
That's only a little bit.
Yes?
The problem with what we say and what we learn, the Master says about our knowledge is our ignorance, is absolutely correct, because the more we learn, the more certain we are, and the question that we quit asking is, think it's possible I may be mistaken, because that is what allows the breakthrough, because we're so certain of it, we cannot see the answer outside the box. It's like the commercial, think outside the box, and that is where the answer is. we're so certain, it reinforces our ego that I know everything. I cannot be wrong. There cannot be another answer. And that is when we're wrong right there.
You have to leave your mind open to be able to learn more. If you close it down to what you think you know, then you're going to not go anymore.
Then why do you judge people? You just said that. Then why do you judge people? Why do you say, she's a bad girl, I don't like her, that's wrong? Why do you do that then? Because you're so sure of yourself. You see that? Why do you say master is wrong? Because you're so sure master is wrong. You don't say that lightly. I hope. I hope. Okay? You say, master is so wrong. Master is inferior. You're so sure of yourself. You remember that last year? I look at all of you in the eyes. Last year, how you remember, you said that master is so wrong, master is inferior. Remember that? You're so sure, weren't you? In the back of your mind, you said, yes, he's wrong because he's inferior. Okay? Sounds familiar? Because you're so sure, weren't you? You're so sure that someone else is wrong. Ever had that experience before? Someone is so wrong? So wrong. Okay? Yes.
There is this scientist that everybody probably knows, Stephen Hawking. He was just at the Sinai, there in West LA, the hospital, and he was saying how, because of his knowledge and for what he has accomplished in his life as a scientist and investigating all this, he said, for the own sake of humanity, you have to explore the space and then life, because we're going to be safe if we explore that
Right.
space or dimension.
Right.
So that's the knowledge that he...
Stupid knowledge. I'm sorry. You asked me, it's stupid knowledge. He'll never be able to explore space. It's impossible. The way he goes about it, it's impossible. He will never be able to understand space. Look at his body. He's dying. Before he can see he only sees this aware this much of space. And he's dead already. He's dying already. Wrong approach. That's my proof. Okay? You spend your entire life pursuing that kind of knowledge. And at the end, you're nearing the end of your life, you're nowhere near it yet. Wrong approach. Okay? You can talk all you want, but that's big failure, you ask me. So, in answer to your question, should we send our children go and learn from all these scientists and all these people? How do you answer that? It's a tough one to answer. Yes? John says yes. Spend the money on education.
I'll say no.
Anna says no. Thank you, John. No thanks. No, but thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. What do you do? If you don't take care of your children's education, how are they going to survive in society? I ask you. The young lady who rejected education, if you don't send your children to school, first of all, the police will come and put you in jail and take your children away from you. Kim Ding has that experience before. She nodded her head. Okay? Okay? Society will not allow you to do that. Okay? But if you don't educate your children, they cannot live in society. You fail society. Agree? So the question then becomes, should I send my children to military school or to Harvard? Give me, what would you do?
Everybody can't afford
It's up to them. Okay? It's your personal choice, yes.
If they're in Sutra, send them to military.
So you have a choice. Okay? I propose, cái vấn đề này rất là hay. Bây giờ mình gọi là nếu như cái sở tri chướng. Okay. So let me put it for you. Okay. The Buddhism has a concept called the obstruction of what is known. So, chư, for chư trang. Okay. The obstruction of what is known. This is the worst fetter and shackles you can ever have. Why do I say that? Thầy nói quý vị nghe, trong Phật Pháp có một cái quan niệm tên là sở tri chướng. Cái sở tri chướng này là một cái chướng ngại mà lớn nhất mà quý vị có thể có được. Cái vấn đề mà khó khăn nhất mà quý vị thể có trong bất cứ kiếp nào là cái sở tri chướng. I don't care about right now. But in the future lives, your biggest obstruction still is the obstruction of what is known. Trong tương lai, quý vị sẽ thấy cái khó khăn nhất của quý vị là cái sở tri chướng. It's what you know that's stopping you. That's binding you. Okay? Why is that? Because it is a problem for bodhisattvas as well. Cái này là cái khó khăn của Bồ Tát luôn nữa. The bodhisattvas come here and give up their bodies as many times as the sands in the Ganges River in the morning. They give the body as many times as sands in the Ganges River at noontime. And then give the body as many times as the Ganges Rivers in the evening. In order to do what? In order to discover their attachment to knowledge. That's why. You think bodhisattvas are stupid? No, you're stupid. You think only one. Bodhisattva thinks of billions of times in order to discover that moment where they, that's my attachment to knowledge. Because it takes them many repetitions before you discover it. Isn't that fascinating? They're not stupid. If you think the Buddha is stupid, you think the Buddha is saying that you should give up your body as many times as the Ganges River in the sand in the morning? You should. The rationale behind it is you have to do it long enough in order for you to see your attachment to knowledge. That's what it takes. Is it clear now, text? We're talking a bigger scale for bodhisattvas. It's not like you, one lifetime. They have to do that big scale before they can see their subtle attachments.
Anyway, the whole point of it is that you study the Sutra.
That's right. So that Buddha gives you shortcuts.
Yeah, so that's the reason.
Now, text says, now I'm going to not give up my life. I'm going to study sutras. He's much smarter. What is that called? Caught you right away. You think you know, huh? You still have to give up your life. Is it clear? You get it now? That's right. You have no choice. You have to give up your life. Isn't it fascinating? Cái chuyện với hay lắm, cái này cũng nói. Thì như vậy, thầy mới giảng nghĩa cho người ta biết á. Các quý vị biết á, là tại sao Đức Phật phải dạy cái gì và một kiếp chưa đủ, phải bố thí vô lượng vô biên kiếp. Cái thân này vô lượng vô biên kiếp, sáng, trưa và chiều để làm cái gì? Tại vì người Bồ Tát đó, phải cần cái số lượng đó mới thấy được cái sự tri chướng của họ. Thành cái ông này, ông da trắng này, ông lập tức nói, thì may quá. May quá. Thầy giảng cái kinh Kim Cang này thì rõ ràng Đức Phật nói làm nghe cái kinh Kim Cang này nó còn có phước bức báu, nó còn nhiều hơn là bố thí cái thân như vậy. Để tôi gọi cần bố thí cái thân của tôi như vậy. Thầy chụp nghe thầy nói là cái đó là ông đang kẹt vào cái sở tri chướng của ông rồi. Ông cũng phải bố thí cái thân này vô lượng vô biên kiếp, sáng trưa chiều tối mới thấy được cái sở tri chướng. Còn nghĩ là mình chỉ cần nghe kinh Kim Cang không mà không cần làm, đó là cái loại sở tri chướng. You get that, Kim dear? Write it down clearly, because if you don't, next month I will forget. Is that clear? Any questions? Interesting? You have to do repeatedly. You cannot say, oh, I want a good thing for you. You have to come, you have to do every single day, every single week, every single month, time and time and time again, before you have enough blessings to break through, to help. See that? That's called what? Another word for it. Begin with an S. Thầy nói cái gì nghe, đừng tưởng nghe một lần xong là mình hiểu là xong đâu. Phải làm ngày, làm đêm, làm đời đời kiếp. Ok? Mới đủ cái phước báo mới hiểu được. Cái đó là, cái gọi là gì? Bắt đầu với chữ T. Thành thật. Again, Vietnamese thing, it's not English. Begins in an S. What is it? What is it? Come on. Sincerity. Thank you. Oh, it's so smart. $100. She's ripping me off. Sincerity. You cannot be sincere unless you do it repeatedly. You do it once, it's not sincerity. You do it once, it's called cheapskate. Is it clear? Why is it when you do it once it's not called sincerity? Tại sao mình làm một lần không gọi là thành tâm được? Why not? Why not? Why is it you do only once? You say, okay, I mean you well. That's good enough. Okay? It's not called sincerity. Why is that? Why not? Because you don't mean it. See, too easy. Here. Once is too easy. You're not sincere.
I think it's too comfortable, Master.
Yeah, too comfortable. Yeah. It's so comfortable, yeah. You have to be uncomfortable. She's right. Very good. Sincerity is by making yourself become uncomfortable. You cannot be sincere unless it's comfortable. It's hard work. Okay? Thành tâm là phải lao nhọc, chứ đâu có thể nào nó làm lần là đủ rồi. Làm lần là thành tâm, không có đâu. Thành tâm là làm đều. Càng ngày càng làm càng khổ mới gọi là thành tâm. Okay? You keep on doing it and say, oh, is this enough? No. As long as you're still thinking, is it enough? Then it's still not sincere yet.
It's never enough.
Okay? Is that clear? Texas, my God. I mean, I thought, great vehicle, I understand great vehicle, but now after 5 years, I don't understand anything. Barely scratching the surface. Great vehicle is very profound. Okay? All right. So we go back to the point. Okay? The biggest problem that takes a long time to resolve is your knowledge. Every single lifetime, you acquire knowledge, and you get stuck with it. Then you have to learn to undo it. So in answer to Anna's question, yes?
I was just going to ask that for bodhisattvas, they have knowledge that goes beyond our kind of rational, logical knowledge, right? So does this...
Yes, go on.
I'm just wondering if the obstruction to what is known has these distinct levels, like there's attachment to our kind of rational knowledge, but then there's attachment to the sort of...
I tell you why knowledge is so dangerous. It's a good question. Cái câu hỏi giờ cho một thầy cho một cái ví dụ tại sao cái tri kiến nguy hiểm dễ sợ lắm. Okay? Knowledge is so dangerous because you see that one, the other person is wrong, and number two, you are right. That's what makes it so difficult for you to let go. Cái tri kiến nó nguy hiểm tại vì nó có hai cái phương diện. Phương diện thứ nhất là quý vị thấy người ta sai, và thứ nhì là mình đúng. Thành mình không thể nào bỏ cái tri kiến đó được. Did you notice that? When you see someone is so wrong and you are so right, that's when you cannot let go of that knowledge. You cannot let go. Mình thấy người ta rõ ràng, người ta sai rõ ràng lắm. It's so clear that person is wrong. And everyone agrees with you. Especially the one who went to Harvard with you. They said, oh, that's wrong. There are millions of us who believe it's wrong. And guess what? You all still revolve in the wheel. You still see Ginny next lifetime. Hey, Ginny, you look familiar. I know you from somewhere before. You're so proud of it. See, I knew it. So what do you do? Sao bây giờ? Do you then say, I don't send my children, you cannot not send your children to school, so should I send her to let's say community college and not waste money on going to a great university? Okay, is that what I do? Janice, what do you think? Know what? You're shaking your head. What? You don't know, or you don't care to participate, or you can't make up your mind. This has so many different interpretations. I don't know which way to interpret. What do you do? Close. Tùy tụi nó. Here's what you do. All right, this is why I would advise you. And Laura is not for you, okay? Laura Lena, okay? Just listen, but it's not for you. So that you didn't know this when your mom does it to you. Here's what you do with your children. Here's what I would do if I had children. Okay? Here's what I would do. Okay? I encourage them to explore what they like. That's what I would do. Go for what they like to do. Mình khuyến khích con cái mình nó đi theo cái mà nó muốn. I will encourage them to give the best, to pursue what they are interested in doing. Thì khuyến khích con cái mình nó dốc hết sức của nó để theo đuổi cái đam mê của nó muốn làm. You got that so far? Yes, Joseph. Okay, you got that? Encourage them to go all out, to pursue their dreams, pursue what they're interested in doing. Okay? That makes them happier and more interesting, more a better member of society. Okay? That's number one. Number two, I encourage them, I teach them about virtues, about right and wrong. That's equally important, if not more important, than pursuing what you like. Okay? Chuyện thứ nhì, phải dạy cho tụi nó cái đạo đức. I remind you this. Unless you teach your children about right and wrong, they will not learn it in the schools. They cannot find it in schools. Trừ phi cái vị dạy cho con cái vị đó, cái phải với cái trái đó, tụi nó không kiếm được những cái điểm dạy đó ở trường học đâu, đại học đâu, không thấy được đâu. Okay? And you teach them to listen to the conscience. Do what's right. Quan trọng nhất phải dạy tụi nó là làm cái chuyện đúng mà không được làm chuyện sai. Okay? That's what you do. That's all. It's their lives. After 18 years, you're no longer responsible. You're no longer responsible. It's their problems now. Okay? Agree or disagree? Đồng ý là không đồng ý? So, the beauty of this is that then they cannot come back to you after their 30s and 40s as mom and dad. You messed up my life. It's all because of your fault. Has it ever happened to you? Là như vậy để sau này mình né nó, là sau nó 30 tuổi 40 tuổi nó trở về nó trách nó cha mẹ đã xúi dại con. Questions or comments? Does it help answer your question? Okay. 517. This Sutra is spoken for those who have set their mind on a great vehicle. Kinh này là cái kinh cho những cái người mà đã quyết tâm đi theo cái đại thừa. This is very important. It's not for the rest of those people. Cái này nó quan trọng. Cái kinh Kim Cang này không phải để cho tất cả mọi người đâu. Kinh Kim Cang này chỉ cho những cái người mà muốn đi theo đại thừa. Only have you set your mind on Mahayana, that's when you get to hear the sutra, by the way. Những cái người mà quyết tâm đi theo đại thừa mới có thể nghe được cái kinh này. Okay? Those who have set out in supreme vehicle. Có những cái người mà muốn theo cái đại thượng thừa. Okay? What is supreme vehicle? Tối thượng thừa là cái gì? Supreme vehicle is that you are dead set on becoming a Buddha. Cái thượng thừa là cái người mà nhất quyết thành Phật. That's Buddha vehicle. Is the contrast with Bodhisattva vehicle or Arhat vehicle or sound hearer vehicle. Buddha vehicle. You want to become a Buddha, no less. And I submit to you that you should desire no less than that. If you aspire to anything less than becoming a Buddha, you're wasting my time. I teach you this sutra. I explained the sutra for last, how long has it been now? Year and a half? September? September last year? So less than a year?
2 years. I think it's
Huh?
more than a year.
So a year and a half. Leave or take about a few months. Okay? For a year and a half now, we've been explaining the sutra in order for you, okay, to become Buddhas. The more you hear about the sutra, the more I hope that you believe there's nothing more worthwhile, nothing more interesting, nothing more rewarding than become a Buddha. There's no higher goal, nothing more worthwhile. Trust me. Okay? Okay. All right. So, going back to slide 517, cái tấm 517 này. So if you receive the whole, recite, read, and lecture for others, okay, these people, nếu những cái người mà thọ, trì, tụng, đọc và giảng cho người khác nghe, then these people truly have superior roots. Những cái người này là có thượng căn. And the sutra says the Tathagata, by his wisdom, Buddha wisdom, sees it and knows about these people. Thì kinh nói rằng ngài Đức Như Lai là với cái Phật huệ của ngài đó, thấy và biết những cái người này. And these people, this is the Buddha's words now, not mine. Cái này là lời nói của Phật. Will obtain inconceivable merit and virtue. Những cái người đọc tụng, thọ trì và giảng cho người khác nghe là có vô lượng vô biên công đức. And they're doing the work of the Buddha, đang làm việc của Phật. And they can obtain the Buddha fruition. Và họ sẽ thành Phật. Let me elaborate for some of you. That means that they are on a quicker path to Buddhahood. They will not have to go through as many Ganges, sands, or rivers of giving up their lives. And they will become Buddhas. Okay? That's why. Nghe hiểu không Kim Điền? Những người này là người nào vô lượng vô biên công đức, đang làm việc của Phật và sẽ đắc được A Nậu Đa La Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đề. Và sẽ đắc được quả Phật quả này lẹ hơn những cái người khác. Tại nhờ tạo công đức với cái kinh này. This is because you create more merit and virtues with this sutra. Through this sutra dharma, with this particular dharma. Nhờ tu cái pháp này mà sẽ tạo vô lượng vô biên công đức như vậy. Okay? Okay, so let me explain to you. Even your children don't understand it. You are helping them plant the seeds. These superior seeds of superior people. Okay, they are amongst this group. They planted the seeds for this, all this. Okay, cả ngày hôm nay có 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 younger children here. Okay, even though they don't quite understand this sutra yet, okay, but they're planting the seeds, okay, to be amongst the Vajra assembly on the path to Buddhahood. Okay, these are special children. I hope you send them to Harvard if you can talk them into it. Okay, these people should go and help build the world. There's nothing wrong with that. Buddhism is not anti-world at all. Okay? So it's perfectly okay to encourage them to go for the dreams. Okay? And try the best. And receive the best training possible to reach the dreams, to realize the dreams. It's very Buddhist to do that. It's very Vajra Sutra to do that. Okay? Is it clear? This Buddha vehicle is engaged vehicle, is not where we reject the world and say, I don't want you. We embrace the world. Okay? All right. Any questions? Ai thắc mắc gì không? Is it? Can you see those things on the TV screen? Is that okay? Is it legible?
Yes.
Would you like to stick to that, or you want to go back to the?
I like this.
Let's go back to the other.
So you have one question. I'm going to ask David. The rest of you prefer the TV or you prefer the screen? 2 screens. 4. Okay. Okay, CNC, you know what to do next. The other people, they don't say, I assume they prefer the screens too. Okay. All right. So today I ran a negative tab of $100 already. Okay, no more bets. It's a tab.
No mention of tab.
New rule.
Rules changing as you talk.
Okay, 518. 518. Now he says merit and virtue is immeasurable. Nói về cái vô lượng công đức lại thì nói là bất khả xưng lượng. Cannot physically be measured. It's boundless. Not bounded by your little ego. Vô biên là không bị hạn chế bởi cái ngã của quý vị. Inconceivable. The mind cannot conceive of. Bất khả tư nghị. Including the mind of bodhisattvas, by the way, they can't even conceive of. Ngay cái bất khả tư nghị đó, ngay cái tâm Bồ Tát cũng không thấy được nữa. Huống gì quý vị? Let alone your little mind. Bodhisattva can't even conceive of. Why? Why not? Tại sao ngay Bồ Tát cũng không thể nào không thể tư nghị được? Tại sao như vậy? Because they too are confined by their knowledge. Tại vì Bồ Tát cũng bị kẹt vào cái sở tri chướng của họ. Họ vẫn bị kẹt như thường. Yes.
When the bodhisattvas give up their bodies morning, noon, and night, infinite number of times.
Yes.
It's not the same way every time. It's a little different each time, correct?
Not necessarily.
Because conventional wisdom says you do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. That's by definition.
That's why it's called conventional wisdom.
And they're going to give up their bodies conventionally in this way. So it has to be a little.
It's such a conventional explanation. Now John has to think about it.
No,
Mix some things up. You mix some things up.
If you do the same thing over and over again the same way, how do you get a different result? How are they going to learn?
Why do you have to get a different result?
You keep running the same play till you get it right.
You keep on banging your head against the wall, and all you do is find out you get a headache.
This is, if I may, okay, if I may, without insulting anyone, so petty. You do it, and you have expectations of results. That's what I call pettiness. Can't you do it without expecting anything? See, that's why it's called petty. Can't you do with no expectations whatsoever? You like me? Fine. You don't like me? Fine. You approve me? Fine. You hate me? Fine. You appreciate me? Fine. You don't appreciate me? Fine. You see that? That's freedom. That's freedom. It's not like some people who says, I better make some progress. Oh, how petty. It has to be my advantage. That's why I come to the temple, because it's advantageous. Oh my God. It's so big, he only sees this much. He has to see this much before it's worth it for him or her. Yes, that's pettiness. What else you call it? I call pettiness and people get upset. I don't know why. Huh?
It's the word.
You're so
It's the word.
You're so small. You're only worried about such a small thing. You're such a control freak. You need to know what you need to know what's in it for you. Oh my God! How long have you been studying Buddhism now? Mahayana, and you are the one. That's it. Christ like, you have set the mind on the supreme vehicle.
What you want me to do? Learn from the guys in Boston and Newton?
Texas.
Huh? You see that? Okay, next stupid question. Okay, inexpressible. We're back on slide 518. Inexpressible. No, has nothing to do with weight. I don't know who is the stupid person who wrote this down. Inexpressible. Bất khả xưng. It has nothing to do with weight. Không có gì về cái cân lượng hết á. Cái nặng nhẹ hết á. What does it have to do with? This is very important. The person who prepared this slide is an idiot. Let me tell you that. I would explain it differently today. What does it mean? 不可称是什么意思？怎么解释呢？ You Chinese people. $100.
就是有一个一把秤来称多重。
Now even. Cheapskates, I know. Now we even. Okay, would you like to try one more time? She's cheap too. As soon as she realizes she's going to lose. Okay, what does it mean inexpressible? What is inexpressible? Yes. You want to go for the bet or not?
Same terms?
Huh?
The same terms?
Same terms. Run a tap, right? What is it?
Beyond the reach of language?
Beyond the reach of language.
Or thought?
Very close. Hey, I'm the last judge, okay? I decide I owe or I don't owe. Sometimes, every now and then, I run out of money, so I say, I don't owe. It's nothing to talk about.
You owe.
I think he's still sore. Yeah, you hold grudges too. Inexpressible is that either you know or you don't. You can't debate it. You can't argue over it. You know, you hear something, you say, okay, it makes sense. That's it. I do it. I believe you. It sounds right. But you don't debate back and forth. You say, please explain it to me. This is the problem with expressions. Help me understand. That's the wrong approach. Either you get it or you don't. Okay? You don't sit there and think about it. That's when you're going the wrong path. Okay? Okay. And a shoulder Tathagata's Nuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Okay. And This is very, very Buddhist. When you help, that's you actually helping shoulder the burden, and this is what people do. Okay, when you help out, it's for the sake of helping, not for your own benefit. And I see so many people doing that, and it really pleases me. Those people are superior people. Okay, they may be petty, but they're still superior people who are temporarily petty. Okay, seriously, I please don't take this lightly. You can bring forth a mind to help for the sake of helping. Okay, temporarily that is superior state of mind, and then you go back to the pettiness. That's in your normal mind. That's perfectly okay. Okay, I'm serious. All right. Any questions on this? 518. 519, Sutra text. And why Subhuti, one who delights in lesser dharmas, is attached to a view of self, a view of others, a view of living beings, and a view of life. He cannot hear, receive, hold, read, or recite the sutra or explain it for others. 何以故？须菩提，若乐小法者，若我见、人见、众生见，受者见，则于此境不能定受读诵，为人解说。Tại vì sao tu Bồ Đề người thích tiểu pháp chấp trước ngã kiến, nhân kiến, chúng sanh kiến, thọ giả kiến thì không thể nghe, thọ trì, đọc tụng kinh này và vì người khác giảng thuyết. Narrow minds. The Buddha is talking about those people who are doing the Buddha's work do not really enjoy small vehicles, dharmas. Tấm 522. Những cái người mà đang làm việc của Phật không thích những cái tiểu pháp. The small vehicle, meaning that you attach a view